Think your olive oil is heart healthy? It might already be rancid before you open the bottle. In this video, I'll show you how to separate the metabolic gold from the toxic fakes, and why most store brands are sabotaging your health without you even knowing it. Hey everyone, my name is Marc Bates. I'm a metabolic health coach. This is part of my question and answer series, the olive oil scam. How to spot the good stuff before it destroys your metabolism. Alright, let's start with the question that brought this up. Your point about olive oil being a seasonal guest rather than a core resident perfectly captures the dosage issue. But let's get practical. When someone walks into a grocery store today, what specific quality markers should they look for to distinguish truly beneficial olive oil from the oxidized, adulterated products flooding the market? Hey, very good. This is where the rubber meets the road. Okay? The modern olive oil market is rife with fraud, oxidation, and marketing hype. If you're going to include olive oil as a seasonal guest in your metabolic lifestyle, quality is non-negotiable. Here's your field manual for grocery store olive oil shopping. What to look for, what to avoid, and why it matters metabolically. Okay, 1. Things to look for. Choose a cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil, EVOO. Extra virgin equals mechanically pressed, no heat or solvents. Cold press is the process is kept below 27 degrees centigrade or 80.6 degrees Fahrenheit to limit oxidation. Avoid anything labeled just olive oil or light olive oil. These are refined, often chemically extracted. Why it matters? Well, refining destroys antioxidants, polyphenols that protect against oxidation. Just one of the things you're looking for. Okay, 2. Look for a harvest date, not just a best buy date. Freshness is king. Olive oil starts degrading as soon as it's pressed. Choose bottles with a harvest date within the past 12 months. If no harvest date is listed, that's a red flag. It's probably stale or blended. Why it matters? Even EVOO loses antioxidant potency and develops aldehydes over time. 3. Use dark glass bottles or tins only. Avoid clear bottles. Light degrades oil, and even those lightly tinted bottles, terrible. They don't work. Opaque packaging, like black glass or tin. Yeah, it's got to be like you can't see through it. Okay, helps block oxidative UV damage. Once again, why it matters? Polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats are photosensitive and break down when exposed to store lighting. 4. Choose single origin or estate grown oils. Labels should list the country of origin, preferably a single country, not a product of EU blend. Look for a small batch or estate produced oils from Italy, Greece, Spain, or California. Right? Or if you have a vineyard by you that grows olives and they press them themselves, that's a good choice. Why it matters. Most olive oil fraud involves bulk EU blends or oils cut with cheap seed oils. Single origin means better traceability. 5. This is a tough one to find. Seek certification seals from independent testers. Look for any of the following. The COOC, California Olive Oil Council. It's one of the most rigorous testing in the U.S. The PDO or DOP, the Protected Designation of Origin, that's an EU designation. PGI, Protected Geographical Indication. NAOOA, North American Olive Oil Association, that's voluntary testing. The COOC is better, but that's a good one too. EVA, the Extra Virgin Alliance. Why it matters? Certification often means testing for free acid levels, peroxide value, and authenticity. No cut oils. Okay, 6. And this is why I like buying from olive oil specialty shops. Taste it if possible, so you know what to expect. Good EVO should taste peppery, bittery, slightly grassy, or fruity. May have a slight throat burn from polyphenols. Okay? Should not taste flat, rancid, or greasy. and why it matters. Peppery bitter oils are high in polyphenols and antioxidants, exactly what you want for metabolic resistance. Okay. This, and remember, when you're looking at for oxidation, the color of the bottle is important. All these light ones that you can see through, they're worthless. You gotta get one that's basically so black you can't see through it, okay? Alright. And final word here. Olive oil is a seasonal guest rather than a core resident. It should not be sitting in your pantry shelf month after month after month. Alright? Okay. Gave you some things to look for. Let's make it real easy. These are things to avoid. These are the red flags to avoid. Anything that says light or pure olive oil, they're lying. Right? It's a problem because it's refined, deodorized, and there's no antioxidant benefit probably left. It's a plastic bottle. Permeable to light and oxygen, degrades fast. Nothing in plastic. Clear bottle. Oxidation risk on shelf under lights. Avoid clear bottles. No harvesting or bottling that you can't tell how old it is. You really can't. Imported from Italy, but blended from multiple countries. Common fraud practice. May contain cut seed oils. Usually cheap EVOO. Likely adulterated or low grade. This is where the price and the quality will come up. And if you're going to add, olive oil, don't skimp here. Stored near warm lights or in room temperature. Yeah, you're talking your grocery store, right? It's already oxidizing in the store. So once again, I tell you right now, do not buy olive oil from the grocery store. Go to an olive oil specialty place that you can taste it, you can see how it's done, they can tell you how it was grown and pressed. Okay? Don't skimp. If you're going to add olive oil, don't skimp. Okay, some bonus shelf life science markers. And these may or may not be listed. This is why I like, there is the specialty shop, that only sells olive oil. And they do have these things on the shop, right below the olive oil, where you can pick up the small bottles, or you can actually fill a bottle with what you want after you taste it. The free fatty acid percentage, higher FFAs are good. Peroxide value, once again, higher PV equals more primary oxidation, right? Prevention. Polyphenol content, higher, more antioxidant, anti-inflammatory potential, right? Most brands don't list these. You might also want to look at the other ones, the olecanthal content and the chlorophyll content. Once again, these, you can taste them very easily, right? But high chlorophyll usually indicates freshness, and olecanthal is a powerful anti-inflammatory compound that should be present. So if they're listed, that's wonderful. These are things you're looking for. All right. What does a high quality EVOO label actually say? It should say the harvest date, when it was actually harvested, where it was grown, where it was bottled, right? Preferably single source. That it was cold pressed within 6 hours of harvest. Okay? Very important. Certified by either CAC, COOC, or PDO, right? One of the other ones in there, but you want one that's certified. One that's packaged in dark glass. And polyphenols are greater than 400 milligrams a kilogram, right? You want the high polyphenols. If you don't see these things, it's not high quality. Avoid it. Here's a pro tip. Treat olive oil like fresh produce. Buy it in small bottles. Don't store it for months. If you're going to throw a party and you want to have a little olive oil, buy a small bottle and serve it. Bring it out like a wine. Look at the special olive oil I bought just for this little tasting party we're going to have, right? Use within 4 to 6 weeks of opening and then get rid of it. Think of it like a wine here in this case. Keep cool and dark, ideally under 70 degrees Fahrenheit, right? Never use for frying or sauteing. We've talked about that multiple times. Yes, are there some brands? Cobram Estate, it's from Australia or California. It's COOC certified. California Olive Ranch Reserve Line. Also a very good one. Oh, here's a big one. Kirkland Signature Organic EVOO, right? Just make sure you don't get the one that's in the plastic bottle, okay? McAvoy Ranch from California, great one. Casindrinos from Cat's Farm, and then Casindrinos, extra virgin olive oil from Greece, and then Barini. These are not all the good ones. These are just some top ones that are well known. Okay? Final word. If you're going to invite olive oil to your metabolic party, screen your guest list carefully. You want fresh, cold, polyphenol-rich EVOO, which can complement a ketogenic or carnivore strategy in small amounts, but only when it's biochemically intact. In other words, once again, cold-pressed, fresh, dark-bottled, polyphenol-rich, used raw or gently warmed. Anything less is oxidized metabolic baggage, pretending to be heart-healthy. You're not just eating oil, you're feeding your mitochondria. Choose accordingly. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have a question or comment, please leave it in the appropriate section. Let me know what you think. We are a community here. I'm here trying to help educate you with what I've been studying for years. So let me know what you're looking for, and I'll produce videos on those topics for you, okay? And as always, if you haven't done so, please like, subscribe, share this one. Share it with your friends who are eating olive oil and think they're getting healthy food. Share it with them. Let them know the truth. Appreciate it. Everyone have a great day.